Can you collect VA disability and Social Security retirement benefits at the same time without reducing one another? This is for you. The great news is for veterans. If you are watching this live stream and you're approaching retirement, you may worry about losing out. Can I get one or the other? Will one override the other? No, it will not. VA disability and Social Security retirement are separate programs run by different agencies, and they do not interfere with each other. So, in this live stream, I'm going to discuss how these systems work together, the key difference between them, and practical ways to plan for your future in retirement. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, share this out with someone that can use this information. We get right to the point on this channel. And again, I appreciate your service. Okay. Thank you very, very much. So VA disability benefits remain completely tax-free, unlike Social Security retirement, which may be partially taxable. Okay. So strategic timing of your Social Security claims can increase your lifetime benefits ultimately. Regular assessment or reassessment of your VA disability rating ensures fair compensation as conditions do tend to change. Both VA healthcare and Medicare together provide more comprehensive coverage options. I just want you to know that. So, what happens when you receive both VA disability and Social Security retirement? Let's talk about that, okay? Many veterans, as they are approaching that retirement age, wonder about the interaction between their military service benefits and Social Security and how they work together, or do they work against each other? The good news is very direct, okay? You can absolutely receive both the VA disability and Social Security retirement benefits simultaneously without reduction to either benefit, just as I earlier mentioned, okay? So collecting both VA disability and Social Security retirement is not only possible, but it's encouraged for all eligible veterans, okay? Get both. You've put into both. You put your time in and you've paid Social Security taxes, okay? Both of these programs serve different purposes. I'm going to break that down for you. VA disability compensates for service-related injuries and conditions while you were in the Guard, the Reserves, whatever branch of service you were in, or on active duty. Social Security retirement is based on your work history and payment of Social Security taxes. There is no requirement at all, vets, to choose between these benefits. Each application process remains independent, and approval for one does not influence eligibility for the other. Let me pause right there too. You can also get 3 in 1 as well. Your DOD retirement for you medically retired veterans or retired veterans, you can absolutely get your retirement. You can get your Social Security, and you can get your VA disability. Remember, VA disability is not true disability. VA disability is, yes, an injury occurred, but you are based off of how you're impacted occupationally and socially. Why? Because the more severe your condition is, the more that it can impact your employment opportunities, if you can work or not, and its replacement income, okay? Your retirement income, if you did 20 years or you got medically retired, means that you had an injury sustained, right? If you got a med board and you got considered medically retired, or if you're retired and you did 20 years or 15 years and did an early out or whatever, if you did that retirement, then you did your time. That's why you're getting that retirement, because you did 15, 20 years or were medically hurt enough that you got retired out. Okay. So that's why you get that VA disability. If you notice, people could be in for 2 years. They could go to boot camp. They could be in for 4 years, 10 years. If they have an injury sustained, they get VA disability, which is replacement income. And it's meant because, let's say you hurt your ankle, back, your knee, neck, shoulder, mental health, whatever it may be, whatever your service-connected disability is, if you got to take time off, if it impacts your life and your occupational function and all of those different things, then what ends up happening is you have to take time out of your livelihood, or maybe you're impacted, maybe you're not able to work a job. I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. And now you've got to go to appointments. You got to go to physical therapy. You got to go to mental health sessions. You got to do all of that with VA disability. And then the Social Security retirement you pay into when you work, when you're in the military, when you're in the service, part of your taxes go towards your Social Security. So again, there's no requirement to choose between these benefits. I want to be perfectly clear about that. Each application process remains independent, and approval for one does not influence eligibility for the other. Okay. So the independence between these systems is a very crucial advantage for you, the veteran. Okay. There's different funding sources. Each program has its own budget allocation. There's separate eligibility criteria. VA looks at service connection, while Social Security examines work history. No offset between benefits. Okay. Very important to understand that. Unlike some government programs, there's no double dipping penalty, which is to your benefit. While VA disability doesn't affect Social Security retirement or SSDI, it does impact supplemental security income since SSI is needs based. Okay. So VA benefits count as unearned income and will reduce SSI payments after a $20 exclusion. Okay. And we can talk about that in a later video. So, real life example of combined benefits. Let me give you a practical example of how these benefits combine. Let's say you, the veteran, receive $300 monthly for your VA disability compensation. Okay. Additionally, because you worked and paid into Social Security and meet SSA's disability criteria, you receive now $850 in Social Security disability insurance. So your combined monthly income now becomes $1,150. For retirement benefits, the calculation works similarly, veterans. If a veteran receives $300 in VA benefits and qualifies for $900 in Social Security retirement, their total monthly income becomes $1,200. Okay. This combination of benefits can substantially improve a veteran's financial stability during retirement years. Unlike some other government benefits, there's no requirement to support VA disability payments to the Social Security Administration when receiving retirement benefits. Very important to understand. Okay. So, key differences between SSDI, Social Security retirement benefits, and VA disability are understanding the fundamental differences between the benefit programs is very essential for you. Get educated, get knowledgeable on it. It's very important for you if you are planning your financial future to know this. Okay. If you're coming up around that age, you need to know this. These systems, it's important to know, were designed for distinct purposes, yet they can work together effectively. Okay. So, four major benefit programs operate under separate rules and eligibility requirements. Let me break those down. SSI is a needs based program for people with limited income and resources who are disabled, blind, or 65 plus. SSDI is available to anyone with sufficient work history who becomes unable to perform substantial gainful activity. VA disability is exclusively for veterans with service connected conditions, regardless of work ability, and they're paid on a graduated scale from 0 all the way to 100% in increments of 10%. Social Security retirement is based on your lifetime earnings and retirement age, available to anyone who has paid into the system for at least 10 years. Very important to understand that. How is each benefit calculated? Each program uses different formulas to determine different amounts for each individual person. SSDI is calculated using average index monthly earnings from your 35 highest earning years throughout your time worked. SSI in 2025, the monthly maximum is $967 for individuals and $1,450 for eligible couples. Okay. Social Security retirement is based on primary insurance amount, also known as PIA, calculated from lifetime earnings with adjustments for early or delayed retirement. VA disability payments are based on disability rating, depending on the severity of whatever you're filing for. The rating percentage is from 0 to 100% in 10% increments, and number of dependents, right? 19 calculates up to 20, 34 rounds down to 30, 45 goes up to 50, and so on. You get my you get my drift. Which benefits are taxable? Tax treatment varies significantly across these benefits. Important to understand that. VA disability is completely tax-free at the federal and state levels, which is to your benefit. That's why file for the benefits that you deserve, veterans. Get what you can get. The worst thing they could do is say no. Make sure you're in the best position. If you need help, reach out 904-605-0431. Let us guide you. Let us help you. Let us put you in the best position to win your claim, right? Reach out, info@veteransclaimservice.com. If you need a nexus, DBQ, diagnosis, if you are just slinging mud at a wall, hit up one of the doctors in the description of this live stream. It's there, okay? SSDI may be taxable if your combined income exceeds certain thresholds, $25,000 for single filers or $32,000 for joint filers. SSI is not taxable. Social Security retirement up to 85% may be taxable depending on whatever your total income is. Okay, so again, very important takeaway from this is VA disability benefits remain tax-free regardless of your other income sources, providing a significant advantage to you compared to other benefits that you may or may not be qualified for, depending on your situation. The absence of tax liability on VA disability compensation preserves more of your hard-earned benefits, okay? So, how to apply and qualify for both benefits. Applying for VA disability and Social Security retirement benefits requires navigating two separate systems. Fortunately, these processes can be completed simultaneously without one affecting another. Know that, okay? For VA disability benefits, I don't want to insult your intelligence. Go to va.gov, go to a VSO, go to a person that can help you to file your claims, be put in the best position, okay? You file it with a 526EZ form in person, VA regional office, by fax, va.gov, by mail, okay? But that's with the 21-526EZ form. Call the 1-800 number or submit your intent to file form if using paper forms to preserve your potential start date. The VA will review your claim, gather necessary evidence. Following review, you'll receive a decision letter with your disability rating and payment details. Social Security retirement, you apply online at ssa.gov or by phone, 1-800-772-1213, or visit your local Social Security office. I highly recommend that. The SSA will process your application independently from your VA claim. You must apply for each benefit separately, as approval for one does not guarantee approval for the other, okay? For VA disability, documents you need to prepare, DD-214 or other separation documents, service treatment records, medical evidence related to your condition, lay evidence, buddy statements if applicable. Very important. Keep getting the treatment that you need throughout the process of your VA disability claim. For Social Security retirement, you need your Social Security card or number, birth certificate, original birth certificate or proof of age, proof of U.S. citizenship if not born in the U.S., military service papers if you served before 1968, W-2 forms, or self-employment tax returns. Very important, okay? Expedited processing for 100% P&T veterans. Veterans with 100% P&T disability rating qualify for expedited processing of Social Security disability claims. To receive this benefit, you need to identify yourself as a veteran rated 100% P&T when applying. That means permanent in total. You need to present your benefit summary letter, which you can get at va.gov, or you can get through calling 1-800-827-1000, and also your rating decision letter, that 17-page document that you get, that is the narrative for your decision, will also show that you are permanent in total. Online applicants should enter that into the remarks section. Submit your VA notification letter, benefit summary letter, rating decision letters verifying your rating. The SSA will then rush your application through or frontline it through the process, and even quicker if you're at risk of homelessness as well, right? Common mistakes to avoid: don't wait too long. Submitting incomplete documentation or inconsistent statements is not good. Failing to obtain medical opinions linking your disability to service is a no-go. Not filing for secondary conditions connected to your primary disability is a no-go. Missing deadlines for submitting forms or attending medical exams, giving up after an initial denial instead of pursuing an appeal. Maximize your benefits, veterans. Don't give up. Stay in the fight. Keep going. I'm going to keep preaching that. Strategic planning can make a substantial difference in your retirement income when you're eligible for both VA disability and Social Security benefits. Proper timing, coordination between these programs ensures you receive maximum support throughout your retirement years. Get the help that you need. Don't just fling things up there. Look, think about it. It's a domino effect. If you don't get the help that you need, if you don't get the support that you need, right, and you get denied, now you just wasted that much more time. And maybe you've made that mountain a lot harder to climb. Get the help that you need. If you need help, again, reach out to us. We're here for you. We just want to put you in the best position. We're fair. We're less than anybody that's out there. We're going to help you. It doesn't even hurt you to call us or reach out to us. We're going to do everything we can. We get a lot of veterans that hit us up, and we do it in the line of succession that we get veterans. But we're going to reach out to you. We're going to let you know what's going on. If we've missed you or anything like that, reach out to us. Still, hit us back up. Shoot us an email, info@veteransclaimservice.com. We want to help you. Okay. When to start Social Security retirement, right? Delay claiming beyond your full retirement age, if possible, as your monthly benefits increase by approximately 8% each year until the age of 70. Important to know that. This delay strategy is especially beneficial if you have a longer life expectancy or continue earning significant income in your later years. Your VA disability benefits provide stable income while you delay Social Security, potentially increasing your lifetime benefit amount, which is good for you. As time passes, many service-connected conditions worsen. So to ensure proper compensation, request a reevaluation if you need to. Make sure you have the right evidence. Make sure you have up-to-date treatment. Provide thorough medical evidence documenting the worsening of your conditions, medical records, DBQs, nexus letters. Be aware that requesting a VA rating increase opens your entire claim for a review. The VA could potentially lower your rating if improvement is found. That's why get treatment, continue to complain about it, stay in the fight, come to the firefight with all the ammo, okay? After 20 years with the same rating, the VA generally, it does not mean that they won't, but generally won't reduce your percentage below the lowest rate received during that period, okay? You can also use Medicare and VA healthcare together. Make sure that you get the proper help that you need. This is a lot of information here, but I hope that you take a lot away from this, especially for those vets that are in their later years, Vietnam vets, Desert Storm veterans. If you're collecting Social Security disability, make sure that you get the proper help that you need. It's so important to do that. I'm going to answer some questions. Anybody who's on here, if fibromyalgia is a retained condition for an active duty service member, who is the pro and con? I'm not sure that if not, what are the pros and cons? If fibromyalgia is a retained condition for an active service member or not. Well, the pro is that if it's a retained condition for an active duty service member, what is the pro and the con? Is, well, you should still possibly be able to stay on active duty. If it's a retained condition, also, whenever you get out, that should be a VA service connected disability as well. I hope that answers your question. I think that that's what you're asking is, are you able to stay in if you're on active duty service? And if that's not what you're asking, just let me know. But if you're on active duty and you have a retained condition of fibromyalgia, depending on the severity of whatever you have going on, you can stay on. If it's severe enough, the con is you could be you could be med boarded, depending on the severity of the fibromyalgia. It just all depends. Okay. So there are pros and cons with it, but it all depends on the severity of that condition, if you're on active duty or not. Another benefit again is when you transition out, depending on how it impacts your life, JMD, then you could still collect VA disability as well too. So, hey, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in Stay in the fight, stay in the know, keep going, get the help that you need. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. But more importantly, I just want you to get the help that you need. So, yes, you can, if you just start jumping on, collect VA disability and social security retirements at the same time. You absolutely can. Okay. Make sure that you do it properly. If you need help, reach out. We're here for you to point you in the right direction. Okay. Make sure that you get the benefits that you do deserve. JMD, anytime, brother. I really hope that that answers your question. I think I answered it to the best of my abilities. If anybody else has any other questions, please let me know. I'm going to stay on here for about another minute or two. Let me know. If you have some questions, I'm going to answer them all right now. Just drop them in. I hope you guys continue to stay in the fight, continue to get the help that you need. I'm going to continue to put out raw, unfiltered, straight up videos that are going to answer your questions. I'm not here to put any fluff into these things. This ain't clickbait. I want to make sure that you get the help that you need. When you come here and you watch any of these videos, I want you to know exactly how to get things done. I don't care if you use this or not. Just get the help that you need. Okay. Again, if anybody does need help, we are here to help. We will put you in the best position to win your claim. Nobody out there, period, can guarantee crap. If they do, then they're full of crap if they're not the rater that's rating your claim. But what can be done is you can be in the best position to win your claim. And it's very, very important to make sure that you have everything squared away, make sure that you have the professional help that you need so you're in the best position to win the benefits that you deserve for you and your family, not just monetarily, not just now, but for you, your family, and your future. You deserve that. You raise your right hand. You served, and I appreciate you. We are veterans serving veterans. Okay. So let's stay in the fight. Let's lock arms. Let's go together. If somebody can use this information, like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, share this out. And everyone, thank you for your service to our country. Stay tuned. A lot more coming. Thank you guys. Y'all have a blessed night.